Yo to the community, man. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? I don't know if you guys can see. Yo. Let's get the stream popping, man. Celtics versus Warriors. Game 5. NBA Finals. Yo. What's going on, everybody? I don't know if you guys can. Yeah, you guys should be able to see me. You guys should be able to hear me too. I'm starting the space right now. Right now, the space is on. It's on and popping in the space. Copy that. Let's see. Share this with a tweet. Let's go. Yo. Dun. Let the space fill up just a tad bit. Just a tad bit. Yo to the community. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? We live on YouTube as well as in the Twitter Spaces world. As always, I'm gonna give it a couple minutes just to let people kind of join in. 9:05 Eastern time, so in about a minute and some change, we'll go ahead and get started. Appreciate you guys for being here as always. Rocking with your boy. See my guy Finesse in the building. Christina here. NBA Props is in the building. What up, Burns? What up, YT? Meeks Pick. I see y'all down there. Just wanted to do a little quick stream. I should have did this yesterday. I forgot who it was, but somebody told me like, yo, you should do an early markets show, instead of doing it right before the game, like always, you should do an early market show. And I was like, you know what? It's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea at all. So, yeah, that's what we're here for, just to kind of look ahead a little bit. We got some lines available right now. We got some stuff that's kind of pending as well. So, yeah, I'm interested to hear what you guys got to say though. As always, I've been looking at some things too. So, see if we can make it do what it do, man. It's always about getting money. We try and get to some cash some tickets. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Let's just go ahead and get into it. If you want a YouTube stream, man, be sure to hit the like button. Let me know what your favorite plays are as well. Christina said, "Yo, what up? What up, Christina? How you doing, lady?" Barstow said, "Happy Sunday, my boy. What up? What up, Barstow? Happy Sunday, bro. Happy Sunday night. What up, DJ? Really wish we had a Sunday night game. Me too, Barstow. That'd be dope, bro. It'd be dope if we did have a Sunday night game. Yeah, because we putting in bets early. Yeah, we trying to get that early money. Whatever. It don't matter when we got to put the bet in. Right after the game, right before the game. As long as we cash the tickets, that's all that matters. That's all that matters, man. I'm interested in some of these early markets. I'm interested to see if anybody else interested in these early markets as well. So yeah, it's 90. Yeah, it just turned 9:05. So let's just go ahead and get into it, man. I think most of the people that's here probably aren't new to the spaces or to the YouTube channel. But if you are if you are new, what up, D? My man Captain D in the building. What up, bro? Shout out to Captain D, bro. It's my boy for real, for real. What up, D? Um, uh, so if you're new, man, like I always say, check out my profile. I actually don't even got my I do got my other phone. Um, if you're new, check out the YouTube. I'm sorry, let me try this again. If you're new, click on the link in my profile. I tweeted out the other day, but I updated my banner. It has all the, just the different tools that I'm using, different places you can find me. YouTube, OzJam. Shout out to Chalkboard. Uh, I do want to post that. I want to take a second and post the Chalkboard link in here for you guys, because I know we getting new people joining every single day over there on Chalkboard as well. But I do want to make sure that people know how to access that, because it is a place that you can I actually just posted Finesse tweet. Shout out to Finesse. Me, Finesse, and Ronald are man in the chalkboard community. All the plays are free. The community is growing every single day over there as well. So be sure to use that link up top that I just posted. That it's a tweet from Finesse, but it's the latest tweet from any of us. Myself, Ronald, and Finesse have all kind of partnered to run the community board over there. The chalkboard community board over there. So be sure to jump in on that as well. Um, Other than that, y'all know the routine, man. The ChrisBeCappinn merch is on the website in the link tree. I also added the chalkboard discussion forum, community discussion forum, in the link tree as well, so you guys can join, not by just using the pin tweet that's at the top of my page on my Twitter, but you guys can also go and join using the link on the link tree as well. And then sportsbook referral links are there. OzJam is there. Of course, you guys know I'm in love with OzJam. Definitely recommend checking it out. If you haven't, YouTube, Instagram, tip via Cash App, Venmo, all that good stuff, man. We're not really here to talk about that. More so just to, kind of break the game down, and let you guys know what I'm seeing. And it's gonna be, it's pretty short. I don't even do spaces at 9 o'clock. I'm typically getting ready for, the next week, but I kind of fell asleep earlier, rewatching Game 4, and then woke up, finished rewatching it, and listened to some of the media stuff as well. It was media day in Golden State today. Of course, everybody's back in Golden State. Yesterday was a travel day, so yeah, just kind of I don't really feel like I got a lot from watching that, but I did watch all of the media availability sessions between Golden State and Boston today. But where we are now is pretty. It's a three game series, best of two wins. Boston had a real shot to, put not I wouldn't say necessarily put Golden State away, because they do have the heart of a champion, and I think that's a real thing. Finesse said it, I think, best when he talked about slaying the Giants, right? This Boston team has been tested, and had to fight through a lot of adversity to get to where they are right now. When you think about taking down Kyrie and KD, which we thought that, I think everybody thought that would be a better series. But then moving along, you get Giannis and the defending champions, even though they didn't have Chris Middleton, and that was a tough fight as well. And then the Miami Heat, just a gritty team that plays a lot of defense, and definitely is extremely physical. We've seen the Celtics kind of not be able to be trusted in these spots where they win a game. I talked about it before, and it was one of the reasons why I was hesitant to lay the 4 points, which I did in the last game. That was one of my official picks, was Boston -4. I thought that they would be able to kind of overcome that. And they did to a certain extent, but rewatching the game, you saw a lot of bad mistakes on the Celtics' part. From Tatum turning the ball over. I think they finished with 15 turnovers. We know the stats about that. The offensive rebounds, which I kind of called out. I called that out, prior to the game actually starting. I said, yo, if Boston turns the ball over, if Boston's not the team getting to the loose balls, offensive rebounding the ball the way that they did in Game 3, then it's gonna make for a long night. And Golden State actually missed a lot of shots early that that were makeable shots. So Boston went into halftime with a 5-point lead and was outscored, I think, 54-38 in the second half, I think, or something like that. So yeah, we saw a lot. Of course, like I said, the series is tied now 2-2. Line for this game actually opened at 3.5 in favor of Golden State, and it's been pushed up to 4. So some money's come in on Golden State. I haven't really looked at public money versus as far as spreads, what's the money on as far as spreads. I'm gonna look into all that stuff a little later. Total opened at 212. I think it's still at 212 right now. A lot of different angles we can attack this one from. It's gonna be trends to back both sides. Uh, of course, we know Boston hasn't lost back-to-back games. In the playoffs, I think they're 7-0 coming off a loss. Golden State hadn't lost back-to-back games in the playoffs. They were 5-0 coming off, and we get this zigzag back and forth battle. Then shout out to Boston because they up one, so they could, as long as they don't lose 2 in a row, they would be winning. Of course, they would win the NBA championship. Of course, there would be 2 wins in a row, and both of them would have to actually come in Golden State. Because if they win this game, they would go home for game 6. Either way, they're going to go home for game 6. And then if they lose game 6, the game 7 will be back in Golden State, of course. And that'll be on Sunday, I think. I think it works Monday, Thursday, Sunday. 5, 6, and 7. Monday, Thursday, Sunday. So we'll see what happens there. Some SDQL stuff I was looking at, and not that any of it, actually, makes a lot of sense at this point. Because it's same stuff, like it's over and over again. One team wins, the other team wins. How do they respond off the win, right? I know, and I told you guys this before. I got a futures ticket on Boston to win the championship. I actually put it in after they lost Game 5 to Milwaukee in the last round, at plus 430. What I thought was what the reason why I thought that, and I've been kind of transparent about this, but I'll just say it again. The reason why I thought that was because I thought Boston's defense was, going to be good enough for them to slow down whatever team they played against and take away options. And at times you've seen that throughout this series, right? I think shout out to Steph Curry, my fellow light-skinned brethren. The guy's absolutely phenomenal. And I don't have a dog in the fight. I just think Boston's a better team, which is why I keep, why I picked them to win this series. And if you can take away, Udoka kind of talked about it in the press conference today. I mean, not the press conference, but the media availability today. If you can take everybody else away and you can kind of tell that that's the game plan and let Steph, do his thing, not drop so far on those drop screens when, for Al Horfords and the Robert Williams of the world, then I think that you put yourself in a pretty good situation. The other thing that I think I think containing everybody else is going to be extremely vital for Golden State. I'm sorry, for Boston in this in this game tomorrow. If for me the key to the game stayed the same, right? Boston can't turn the ball over. Tatum had 6 turnovers in the last game. Didn't shoot the ball well in the fourth quarter. Nobody on their team really shot the ball well in the fourth quarter. You saw a game where it was a bit of Golden State's defense and Boston not taking great shots. And I think a big part of that is like the learning curve, right? Like you get the that's where championship experience actually came into play, right? In my estimation, watching the game, watching Game 4, I saw Golden State settle for. I saw Boston settle for a lot of 3-pointers. Not that they were necessarily bad looks, but I thought that they could get better looks given that Golden State doesn't really have that interior presence that Boston has had to go through. If we're talking about Bam in the last round, or we're talking about Giannis and Bobby Portis and Brook Lopez, in the round before. So for me, it was a lot of settling in the fourth quarter when they had a chance to actually win the game. Golden State made more plays. Golden State offensive rebounded the ball better. Golden State was first to a lot of those loose balls, and you saw that that desperation. I think Golden State played like a desperate team, and Steph, to a big part, kind of put him on his back. He was like, we're not going to lose this game. And you watch Draymond podcast, like he always say, you're gonna get this podcast, right? If you watch Draymond podcast, he talked a lot about when Steph starts chirping, right? When Steph starts talking to the crowd is never a good thing for the opposing team. And you don't really see that from Steph. Steph's the guy that kind of stays in character. He doesn't really do too much talking. He's a leader by example. Very vocal guy. Very very non-vocal guy, until that moment comes. And that's what we saw. Steph put on an amazing performance. Jordan Poole picked it up for spurts of the game. He didn't have the greatest second half, but I think he finished the first half with 10 points. I think finished the game with 14. Clay hit enough shots. They played enough defense. So it's gonna be interesting. I'll give you guys a little bit of what I was looking at. I haven't put full disclaimer. I haven't put in any tickets, locked in anything yet. More so, just wanting to kind of hear from you guys and open it up for the community. This won't be a long space at all. I figure I go for probably about an hour. So from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern time, I'll probably wrap it up in about 45 minutes. But any looks that you guys got, definitely request up. I see you, Prop. I'm gonna get you up here, Stizzy. I'm gonna get you up here. Y'all definitely request up so y'all can share y'all looks before lines change too much. But what I was looking at, so home favorites in the playoffs so far this postseason in series that are tied 2-2 are 5-1 straight up, 4-2 ATS. Of course, this stat would back Golden State, taking Golden State as a home favorite in the playoffs so far this postseason. They are, like I said, when the series are tied 2-2, the home team is 5-1 straight up, 4-2 ATS. The one exception was Boston against Milwaukee in the second round. They lost that, kind of putting themselves in, a really high adverse spot. Again, that's what Boston typically does. Boston reminds me of like the student, right? That has full potential to get straight A's, but they always procrastinate and turn their work in late. So they find themselves working against the deadline, like really, really stressed out and, trying to figure out, how they gonna get the work done? Do they got to pull an all-nighter tonight? Right. That's to me, it feels like Boston just never takes advantage of the opportunities that they have at hand. And they do their best work, when they're running out of time, when they absolutely have to. They put their foot to the pedal and they complete the mission at hand. They get their work done. So that's what Boston kind of feels like to me. But of course, this stat bodes well for Golden State. Also, you get Golden State. They've only lost one game at home, in the playoffs, and that of course came earlier in this playoff round as well, when Golden State had the meltdown and Boston went nuclear from 3 in game 1, of course. On the Boston side of things, as an underdog in the playoffs so far this year, they're 6-3 straight up. They're 7-2 ATS. By far, I think the best road team, of any team that made the playoffs. I don't even think it's debatable. Boston's also 6-1 straight up, 5-2 ATS in games this postseason after turning the ball over 15 times or more. For me, that's an extremely important stat. And I've been talking about that over and over again. And so much so, I think I might have said this in the space that I did with Nico on Friday night after the game. If you're watching the game, right? Just a piece of advice. If you're watching the game and you see Marcus Smart throw the ball out of bounds, and I'm not saying this is gonna happen. I don't predict this to happen. But if you're watching the game, right, and you see Marcus Smart throw the ball away, Jaylen Brown dribble the ball off his foot, Jason Tatum turning the ball over, whether he's getting stripped and not getting calls or whatever the case might be. If you see that early in the game, you might as well just go ahead and put a ticket in on Golden State to win, because I saw it, right? I think I checked. Boston had 12 turnovers in the third quarter, and I said this not looking good because they still got the rest of this quarter and all the next quarter. So I think they finished with 15 turnovers, and we know that Boston loses a game when they turn the ball over. They win the game when they don't turn the ball over. A huge part of Golden State's success. Udoka's talked about it. Coach Steve Kerr's talked about it. A huge part of this success for Golden State is Boston's, inability to be able to take care of the ball. It doesn't matter if it's Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, right? Those guys turn the ball over, and it seems like the soon as Golden State get up the court, it don't matter if they shoot it with their eyes closed, backwards, granny style, hook shot, right-handed, left-handed. It just goes in, right? It don't matter if it's a three, if it's a layup. It seems like every single chance Golden State can get off, a turnover from Boston, they take advantage of it. They take full-fledged advantage of it. So yeah, like I said, I'll read that stat again, and then I won't even give you guys any looks. I'm talking too long already. I'll go into just opening it up to other people to talk, but I do want to read that stat again. So says an away underdog in the playoffs this year, Boston is 6-3, straight up 7-2 ATS. Of course, they are an away dog in this scenario, and then Boston's also 6-1 straight up and 5-2 ATS in games this postseason after turning the ball over 15 times or more. So after they turn the ball over 15 times, they typically take care of it the next game, right? Including 1-0 ATS and straight up against Golden State in the final so far this year. So one of the losses that they had already, of course, they turned the ball over 15 times. They lost the game. The next game they came back, they did not lose the game. And of course, that was game 2 to game 3. Game 2, they lost. Game 3, they turned the ball over 15 times or more. They lost that game. Game 3, they came back at the crib. They didn't turn the ball over 15 times and they won. So for me, it's a pretty easy formula for me, if you want to take Boston. So I've been talking for 21 minutes. That's long enough for me. We got another 40 minutes, so I'm going to open it up. Let me get Prop up here. Stizzy, I'm going to get you up. My guy Finesse in the building. I'm going to get Finesse up and just kind of open it up to everybody else and, let you guys kind of share. What's up, NBA Props? How you doing, bro?
What's going on, Chris? How's your weekend been, man?
Good, bro. Good. I actually didn't do much yesterday. Just kind of went out and celebrated a tad bit, which was fun. So yeah, Prop. I'm not complaining, bro. I also, Prop, I'm glad you asked about my weekend. So just so you guys know, I have been doing a little bit more with baseball. I haven't put out anything official yet, but I think I went 2-1 today on 3 unofficial plays that I had. So if you're in the chalkboard, I'm gonna definitely start, posting some baseball plays over there. I'll also put them on my Twitter as well, but definitely in the chalkboard community. So make sure you guys join over there as well. But what's up, Prop? How you doing, bro? How was your weekend, man?
Yeah, man, it was good too. Yeah, just talking about that baseball stuff, man. I really got to sharpen my tools if I want to keep up with these guys in this space, man. They've been killing it. Like, they know who they are. They're up here already. I can see them in this space.
Absolutely, Prop. I know you're talking about. We're not gonna say any names, Props, but we'll just say Finesse, Sosa, Crusty, Reduce. We won't say any other names. Jay Jones, we won't low. We won't talk about. We won't say any names.
Out of my depth, man, but my time's coming to an end. It'll return in October, but I'll be telling everybody else in the meantime. But yeah, just real quick looks. Just my first play and my only play I put in right now is Tatum, 26.5 points over. He's been shooting 34% from the field, which is the lowest by any player with 20 attempts or more per game, which is a testament to the fact that Wiggins is playing him well, and I know Sosa's boy Bielitsa is playing him well too. Tatum shopper. So, I mean, it's more of me thinking, does this continue or does he buck the trend? And I'm thinking he bucks the trend, as he has the whole playoff run. Whenever he goes under 35%, he returns with a 40 plus 44 range percentage from the field. So, and in each of those games, he's hit this number pretty easily: 39 points, 30 points, 31 points, 30 points, and then 28 against Golden State in game 2. And he didn't have it was like a so-so performance, right? This is not a finals MVP performance of 23 points, 8 of 23 from the field. So if he wants to step up, and he said as much in the presser, I think he said something about give credit to them. They're a great team. They're playing really well. So Chris, I'm doing what you do, look at the presser stuff, which is not something I normally do, but you can see he knows it's on him. He says he's got to impact the game in other ways, and even Ime's been kind of getting at that. He said they should be up 3-1. Now, whether that's true or not, it's the truth is they're 2-2, but I'm sure he's in the lab looking at things, and he's taking a look at the looks that they're giving Tatum and how best to attack this Warriors defense of just Wiggins and everybody else they throw at him. And 26 and a half is an accessible number. That's what's drawing me as well. So if it was 27 and a half, 28 and a half, I think twice. But again, we get another 26 and a half like we did in game 2. I'm buying low on them. I got minus 115 on Bodog or Bovada, but I can already see 27 and a half set like minus 102 on FanDuel, but I see 26 and a half at MGM minus 125, which is a gettable spot. So I'm on that. Other little looks. If Gary Payton gets enough time on the court, I like his 3 rebounds. They didn't give it to us last time. They gave us 1.5, like it was super juice, like minus 210. I was noticing, so I stayed off that. He played only 10 minutes, got 4 boards last game. Highly efficient with his time. If they throw us to 2.5 rebounds, I'll fight on that. Maybe a steal or something like that. And of course, if we get that Otto Porter surprise in the starting lineup, I gotta go towards another Wiggins another Wiggins double-double or even like Curry rebounds, because you saw that volume of rebounds that Looney was supposed to be getting was falling elsewhere. So that's all I got for now, man.
Absolutely. Hey, Prop, those are great points, bro. If you could buy low on Tatum, like you said, I think you absolutely have to, especially coming off a loss. He wasn't efficient with the ball, even though, he scored a decent amount of points. And I'm pretty sure he watched the tape and, thought that he had barbecue chicken that, turned into be tofu or something like that. Messing around with Bialencia, the Tatum stopper out there. But yeah, I fully expect him to cook Bialencia.
2 turnovers on Brown too.
There, you're right. He did. Jaylen Brown did trip one time. That is true, Sosa.
But one thing is that like Tatum's proven in this playoff run is he can bounce back. So I'm sure he's gonna come back and be like, who are these guys? Like I can beat them one-on-one. I could drive to the hoop on these guys.
Absolutely.
So you give him enough time, enough tape. Again, he's definitely had enough time. The last game was what, Friday?
Oh yeah.
Exactly. So
yeah, absolutely, bro. I don't want to I don't want to go into it get into it too much, because I want to hear everybody else. But I know we could literally like not trying to tell you not to talk anymore, but not more so just trying to tell myself not to get into this long soliloquy, because I want to get to Finesse and Stizzy and Sosa and Vaughn. But I'm so interested, man, in like the psychology of some of those Boston Celtics players, because they understand that they need to have back-to-back good games, but it's just so hard to duplicate, like it's really, really interesting to me, the way Tatum bounces from game to game, where he's extremely efficient and, has a bunch of assists, and then, no turnovers, really no turnovers, or he keeps his turnovers low. And then, the next game he has, 5 turnovers or 6 turnovers. Just the inability to be able to, take care of the ball consistently, or, get to your spots. Because I didn't see him, do a lot of things that he didn't do in the previous games. And to me, it didn't seem like, Golden State did anything different defensively either. It was just, not making the right decision, not being locked in as much, or, whatever the case might be. But like I said, I don't want to talk too much, because I want to get to these other guys as well.
I'll leave you with this. I'll leave everyone else with this. I remember telling Sosa this in another space. I think it was on around game 2 halftime. This is a title fight, man. This is like one boxer they're just exchanging blows, and
that's a fact.
7 rounds.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right, Prop. Definitely.
Cheers,
yeah. Hey, thanks, Prop. I appreciate the looks. I got them written down. I wrote them down for the sheet for already for tomorrow. Finesse, what's going on, bro? Finesse, and then Stizzy, I'm gonna come to you. What up, Finesse?
What's good, bro? How are you?
I'm good, bro. How you doing, man?
Chilling, bro. Chilling. I'll keep it quick. And another quick shout out to Chalkboard. Super excited to get to work on there. Love the platform. Love what those guys are doing there, and just completely free way to just gain more access to us. Me, Chris, RC, just really trying to get back. We're gonna get shit jumping on there, whether it's Q&As, giveaways, exclusive plays, shit like that. So
absolutely,
completely
bro.
free. So take some time, check it out. Super excited to get to work there, and appreciate you guys for bringing me on. But yeah, in terms of the game. Obviously going to sit back as a fan, and again, just super excited of the position we're in. I think Prop framed it well, just heavyweight fight, you know what I'm saying? So like I said before, nobody expected us to be here, so I'm trying to enjoy the moment, and I hope they get it done. And which game script wise, I think they do. I expected to split in the Bay, and I expected to split in Boston. So I'm staying off the side in this one. I think Boston wins because they need to. I think we can win back-to-back games in this. I think we can win back-to-back games, but not the situation you want to be in against these guys. So I think this is a must-win game, just like every other game in the finals. But even more so tonight or tomorrow. Game 5, absolutely critical. So I think we can get it done. But in terms of putting my money and picking a side, I'm all for that. But I'm right there in line with NBA prop. Already took the 26.5 on DraftKings. It was minus 125 earlier. Just absolute bounce back spot. So props angle to it was off a bad game, right? And amazing shit, amazing stats, amazing analysis. My angle was off a loss, right? So that bounced back, but in a different way, right? Off the team loss. Covenant, that it's an 8-game sample size. Now we got in the playoffs, so pretty big sample size. Off a loss. 8 games, averaging close to 31 points per game, and he's covered that 26.5 and 6 of 8. The only other 2 times scoring exactly 26. So I think this is the epitome of a bounce back game. I think Jaylen Brown has been doing enough. I think guys like Derek White, Marcus Smart, Al, I think they're doing enough. So I think Tatum needs a big game, an efficient game, just a statement game, and I think we get that. I think the boy puts up 30. I sprinkle 30. I sprinkle 35 plus, just as some personal money. But yeah, that's where I sit. So I think Boston does win. Nothing officially there because I think we need to win. But only official right now was the over 26.5 for Mr. First Team.
Got you. Hey, Finesse. So while you up here and while prop up here, I'm interested to know, right? So I'm interested to hear from your perspective because you're already on Tatum. And Stizzy, I'm gonna come to you next, but I want to ask these guys who are already on Tatum for next game. I love the look on Tatum. I absolutely love it. I think I got something. I don't know if I screenshot it or I bookmarked it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I think it was a screenshot. Hold on. So fourth quarter wise, right? So fourth quarter, the Warriors outscored the Celtics 28-19 in the fourth quarter. Jason Tatum played the whole fourth quarter, all 12 minutes. He shot 1 for 5 from the field, 1 for 2 from 3. He had 2 offensive rebounds, no defensive rebounds, 3 assists and 1 foul. He was a -9 and only scored those 3 points when he hit that 3-pointer. Do you guys look to? I know you're not big on first quarter markets, Finesse, but are either one of you guys looking to maybe sprinkle on those guys early? I didn't hear neither one of you guys say anything about Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum, but are you guys looking into just kind of setting that precedent early, Finesse, and thinking about taking Tatum early, like any early markets, first quarter points over 6.5, 7.5?
Yeah, I'm actually glad you brought that up because I completely forgot to say something. But just in terms of that, I don't think that necessarily fits the game script. We get a lot of JB early and then kind of passing the baton late second quarter and in the second half. So I don't think it's a bad bet. The boy gets hot for 2-3 minutes, he's covering a 6.5. It's just that it's just that simple. So one thing I did cash on last game was his 4 threes. So the volume is always going to be there. He can definitely cover it, but not something that I'm entirely interested in. In terms of the first quarter, though, which is why I'm glad you brought it up, sitting at 51.5 right now, I'll take the over. I had the stats in front of me. I'm not going to look for them shits right now, but that might have covered in every single game. I think that's what I was looking at. But 51.5, I think, absolute dogfight, like Prop was saying. So I think we get a lot of three-point volume. I think both teams show up. In the Bay, there should be plenty of energy, and I think that works for both teams. Golden State with the home crowd, and Boston just a bunch of dogs. So give me that 51.5 over 2 in the first quarter.
Okay, I like that look a lot too, Finesse. And I think it has cashed every single time. Shout out to Prolific. I think Prolific was actually talking about that not too long ago. Okay. Yeah, I like that 51.5 too. I think, the books keep anticipating the defensive game in the very beginning. And even if it is defensive, these teams can still score. They still can score the ball.
107-97, right? And I think they covered in that first quarter, so I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Props, you got anything you want to add to that?
Nah, so I'm not much of a first quarter total guy. I'm more like the first quarter props, monotone's been throwing out there and opening my eyes towards these rebound ones, like nickel and diming little ones, like Tatum 1 board, Brown 1 board, or Jalen 1 board, Curry 1 board. Like they've been working out pretty well. And if you go something conservative, I'm sure I'm whip something up tomorrow, but that's like blowout proof, you don't have to worry about anything else. Set aside everything else. Just first quarter, the starters are going to get their minutes, unless, of course, Kirk comes up with some Otto Porter business. But other than that, the regulars will get their minutes. Those are usually angles that I go with. So in terms of total, nothing but props. Usually those boards are pretty valuable.
Absolutely, Pro. Especially if you're expecting a defensive game from Boston, right? I think the Tatum, not Tatum. I think I feel like I talked for an hour about Wiggins' rebounds before the game, last game. His points and his rebounds, and with Otto Porter Jr. starting, like you said, NBA props, and the lack of size that without having Looney in the game. Shout out to the ticket that I saw that cashed. I think Wiggins' rebounds at 13 was plus 1,500 or 2,500 or something like that, and that was an absolute cash spot.
Wow.
Because it's predicated on defense as well. So Golden State understood that they couldn't lose their game, so you got to play better defense. Better defense equal more rebounds. I expect the same thing from Boston, in this game. So I expect a couple players on Boston to be able to hit their rebound prop as well. So for sure. Let me get to Stizzy real quick. I know you've been waiting. Then I'll get to Vaughn, and I'm gonna come to you. So what up, Stizzy?
Yo, bro. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet because I ain't really got a lot of plays. I got burned big. I had a big ticket. They missed by 2. Jalen Brown, fuck him. And I'm gonna bet him again though, because you can't get emotional in sports betting.
Absolutely, bro. I'm glad you mentioned it.
Him and the over killed me, and that was a nice little 50 to 785 ticket that I had put in at the casino, because where I'm at, FanDuel not legal, but we got a casino that has their software and stuff. So I thought I was gonna hit some, but it ended up not happening. But for me, I think somebody just said it. I was listening, but I couldn't see who said it. My only play for real is going to be, because I don't really like any props right now. NBA props, I do like his look with Jason Tatum over on the points. But my official play is going to be the first quarter over 52. Just like whoever it was that said, I'm sorry if I don't remember who it was.
Finesse said it, yep.
Just like Finesse said, that's been money really the whole little series that it has thus far. So I'm going to ride till the wheels fall off. And if I lose the money, I just lose the money. I'm willing to lose it on that because you got a high success rate. I go back.
Yeah, Stizzy. I like the look, bro. And you ain't worried about, like a spread, like who gonna start hot, and you ain't picking a side, especially in a game that's, we really don't know. I think a lot of people are picking sides right now because, the back and forth and how equally matched these teams have kind of played each other, kind of going back and forth. So you're just rooting for points.
Yeah, and one thing I noticed, Chris, I'm not gonna lie to you. Just like Finesse had said, with the quarter, hitting almost every time. One thing I've noticed in the trends is I check it a day before, but I never take my bet a day before because I just feel like that's bad luck most of the time.
Me too, bro.
But it always, like right now on my book, I'm on Bovada right now, and it has the over at 52. By tomorrow, that's probably going to float up near game time to 53.5 area, and that's one thing I've noticed every game. That it starts off 52, 51 area, and it floats up to 53 and a half, 54 area.
Yep, because it get bet up for sure.
So
for sure, bro.
That's all I got. But I appreciate you, man.
Absolutely, bro. I appreciate you being here and sharing that look as well. Vaughn, I'm gonna get to you, and then Sosa coming to you, and then we got Jay Jones too. What up, Vaughn?
Yo, you hear me good, bro?
Yeah, you good? What up, Vaughn?
I'm good, bro. Bless me. My bad. I had to sneeze out on that shit.
You good? Bless you, bro.
Appreciate you coming down too, man. It was cool to kick it, bro.
Absolutely, bro. I appreciate you coming out, man. That was dope.
Yes, sir, man. So I got a few, man, that I haven't locked anything in official as of yet. But I know I'm going back to Tatum. Rebounds and assist combo. They finally got it up to 13.5. But it was at when I checked, it was at plus money. And with that 13.5, like we said, he's getting 15, 16 on that rebound and assist combo. So I think I'm gonna end up going back to the well on that. Another one I looked at, I think I don't know if it was NBA prop. Somebody was talking about it the other day, and I had already did a little research on it. It's Klay Thompson's rebounds. They keep setting his line at 3.5. He hasn't had he ain't hit that line since game 3 against Dallas. So we're looking at about a 6-7 game straight where he's went under. So he's at 3.5. I'm gonna take his under. Those my main two. I think I'm gonna go kind of heavy on those two. I don't like a side. I'm leaning towards Boston, but it's kind of hard to make anything official with the way these two teams been playing. Who else I like? And there was one more I had a decent little lean towards. I mean that's it for right now, bro. I ain't gonna try to overdo it. I think that's all we're gonna roll with at this point. Like I said, it's still early. I'm gonna end up taking somebody first quarter points, whether it be Brown or Tatum. I probably end up taking Jason Tatum. I just like him to bounce back. If we watch that fourth quarter, man, we see he kind of, he like you said, he played a lot of minutes, but just was very ineffective. And typically, off of a loss, your best player kind of want to come back, bounce back kind of early with a good first quarter. So I think his line is typically at 6.5. I'm going to do a little research on that, go listen to a couple of his interviews from the last few days or so. But yeah, I'm early into my research, bro, but I think I'm going to end up taking that Tatum first quarter points as well.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do too, Vaughn. Like I said, I just wanted to get the community together, but I'm probably going to end up playing one of those early markets as well. I don't know if it's going to be Tatum or Brown, but I'm going to go back and, run the data and, just see which one of them typically scores the most points after a loss. Like I'll figure out, that, and then I'll have that to share tomorrow too. But appreciate you, Vaughn.
Yeah, I like and I'll be comfortable running back. Jaylen Brown rebound and assist combo at 9.5. He got to 8 last game and he got 3 fouls kind of early, and with those fouls, he kind of lost his aggressiveness. Towards the end of the second quarter, he picked up that third foul kind of early and started playing a little more tentative. I think he had 4 rebounds in the third quarter alone. So I think I'm gonna do a little research on that one as well, man. Like I said, I'll have some things official, but I'm not looking at a lot right now. It's not a lot that I'm looking to play. I'm going back to what's been hidden for me.
Right. Nah, for sure. Appreciate you, Vaughn. Appreciate everybody in the YouTube comments too, man. I see people dropping plays over here. Candace said, I feel like the Warriors started figuring out Boston last game in the last half. Said Boston beat themselves. If you can recall, they smoked a good amount of free throws. That's true. Candace said Boston not going to get the same amount of free throws in San Francisco, though. Hopefully. LOL. Said definitely not. Celtics just don't do anything easy. And then Jamrock said he caught Jaylen Brown rebounds live at 4.5 last game at plus 130. Shout out to you, Jamrock. But yeah, Sosa, let's kick it to you. I know you've been waiting for a minute. What up, bro? What up, Sosa?
What's good, my guy?
What's going on, bro?
You?
I'm good, bro. How you doing?
Can't complain, man. Nobody wants to hear that.
Absolutely.
But yeah, man, congrats on the chalkboard stuff and all the moves you're making, man. Super, super excited to see where it goes, man.
Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that.
Shout out to Finesse and Robert as well, man. Or Ronald, my bad. But yeah, as far as this game, I'm surprised I haven't heard that Boston hasn't lost back-to-back games in months at least 50 times since this space. I'm extremely shocked. I'm super shocked.
You come in here to bring us that stat, Sosa?
No, I'm super shocked I haven't heard it at least 50 times by now. I'm surprised. Not from you, but let's just generally, like no one's mentioned it.
Just because we haven't lost back-to-back games.
Right. Right. And because they're going to tomorrow. Tomorrow will be them losing back-to-back games. This game is going to go exactly like both of the other games went in Golden State. Golden State's just not going to blow a lead. I mean, it's not going to change. Boston's just not going to shoot 7 for 7 from 3 and 9 for 11 in the fourth quarter. They're going to lose, and they're going to probably lose by double digits. It's. I mean, I don't know what you guys saw or what you guys are missing. Like, if Golden State doesn't completely blow a fourth quarter, they're up 3-1 in this series. I'm not making that up, right? I promise you, I'm not. As far as I'm concerned, the best thing that could happen for Draymond Green was him getting to sit his ass on the bench, and then when he came back in the game, he was effective doing the things that we know him to do. Got an offensive board, fucking got an assist. You know what I mean? Like, just to push lead to 5, then win it by 10. I am on Clay over 3.5 threes. Okay. Plus 104.
Okay.
And I'm on Jordan Poole to play well at the crib. Steph has played really well. The crazy part is that they've won 2 games and nobody's really stepped up and helped Steph. At the crib, coming home confident. I think they handle business at Chase Center, and then Boston got to put up or shut up in a game 6. That's what I foresee, to be honest. I mean, barring some crazy shooting fourth quarter, Boston should lose this game.
Where so what you play on? Did you put the ticket in already, Sosa, on Jordan Poole, or you ain't put that one in yet?
I got Jordan Poole, and I'm sprinkling his threes at plus 250.
What? Which? How many? 4, 3?
3 plus 3 is at plus 250.
Oh, 3. So Jordan Poole to hit 3 threes is plus 2. Okay.
3 threes is plus 250.
Jesus, I didn't think we ever see a line like that. Shout out to Boston's defense. Okay.
Yeah, that and he hasn't had to be extremely effective in wins. His points are at over 12.5. I love, like I said, I think it's a Jordan Poole night. I think Klay Thompson hits 4 threes, and I'm also pondering on taking Steph Curry's under, because I think that we're gonna end up seeing Juan Toscano Anderson playing this game.
Oh man, I saw that they dropped his points. No, they actually put it up to 31.5, right? Didn't they open at 31.5?
Yeah, it's already down at 30.5. But that's just how I feel, man. I think that Golden State go back to the crib here. They lay it on Boston, and Boston gotta respond at the crib to force a game 7.
Hey, that's that. I'm pretty sure you're not the only person with that mindset. So we're gonna see what happened though. But I'm pretty sure you're not the only person with that mindset. Jay, what you got, bro? Let me come to Jay and then go to DJ.
How you doing, brother?
I'm good, bro. What up, Jay?
Oh man, not much. Just watching the Mets take this dub, like I knew they would.
Oh, word! You bet the Mets versus the Angels tonight?
Oh yeah, man. You don't bet against the Mets after they take a loss, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just one thing you don't do. Kind of like you don't bet against Boston after they take a loss, so.
And that trend for the die tomorrow. On a song singing and flower bringing.
No, but serious note here. So last game I took the Celtics second quarter minus the half, and then I took the Celtics first half minus 1.5. And then so I go back, I look at the books today, and I'm seeing that you can get both of those at plus money. Now, if you look at the last 3 games here for the Celtics and the Warriors, the Golden State, they're averaging 52 points in the first half in the last 3, and Boston is averaging we got 57.3. So they're winning by almost like a 5-point margin in that first half in the last 3 games. So I'm just looking at possibly taking Boston first half here again. And then as far as the Celtics in the second quarter, if you go back to since Game 5 when they played the Grizzlies, they are 2-9 in the second quarter. They've only won 2 games in the second quarter. So I think that second quarter is like a sweet spot for, any team playing the Warriors. And then just like that first half, like I said, they're winning that first half by almost, 5 points in the last 3 games. So getting that at plus money, I don't want to take it right now just until we get confirmed lineups. I'm assuming everybody's going to play. It's a finals. It's a critical game. I'm expecting Boston to come out, fast here. They can't make any mistakes here. Another thing is one thing I noticed is if Al Horford is playing like not well or he's not on his game, Boston doesn't play well. And that's just one thing I've noticed.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't play that well last game, man. He was quiet. So I think if Al Horford had a better game last game, that Boston would have won. And I think Boston should have won last game, bro. They shot themselves in the foot. And I mean, yeah, Steph Curry, he went crazy, but again, Boston was they're making critical, turnovers that they shouldn't have not made. And I think you touched on that a little bit. So as long as I think Boston doesn't make these the turnovers and they're on their on their P's and Q's and they come out knowing that they can win this game and they know they have the last game in the bag, I think Boston can win tomorrow. I am probably definitely going to take that second quarter and I am probably going to take that first half. I'm going to look into it a little bit more, but as far as these numbers, it's pointing everything in the direction of taking Boston in the second quarter and taking Boston in that first half. They're not favored to win it, but I just don't see any reason why not. The numbers are completely in their favor. So that was just my early looks here, and I expect Horford to have a big game tomorrow too.
Yeah, Jay, you actually touched on the look that I hadn't shared it, but I'm glad you brought it up. That's the probably my favorite look so far is Boston first half. Just a lot of the trends back them coming out and playing extremely well after a loss, and specifically in the first half. I haven't run the numbers since they lost the last game, but it's the same exact trends. Like it doesn't change at this point in the season. The trend's not going to change. From game to game. I know they typically win in the first quarter, win in the first half in those games. And we know what Golden State is in the third quarter too. We know what Golden State is in the second half of games. I think the difference in this series is that Golden State typically throughout the playoffs, throughout the regular season, they're typically a really great second half team. But Boston is a really great fourth quarter team. So we see Boston, typically in this series, we've seen Boston win the first half, pretty close margin most of the time. Golden State actually had the lead a couple times as well. The game's been close. But then we see the third quarter, Boston has won every third quarter. And in the fourth quarter, Golden State has won every third quarter. Then we see Boston win every fourth quarter except game 4, right? Golden State absolutely dominated the fourth quarter because Boston couldn't hit a shot. Late, I think it was the 4-minute and 30-second mark. Boston just started shooting threes and couldn't hit any. So they didn't score a lot in the fourth quarter, which is typically not the trend. So I like that look a lot, Jay. I might actually it's not actually. I will, just go in and confirm some of those numbers that, that I kind of gave for why I like Boston off a loss, specifically in the first half, in the first quarter. And I'll probably end up running that with you for sure, bro. But we can confirm it tomorrow because, like I said, I know you didn't lock it in yet, but we can confirm that tomorrow.
Yeah, they're getting so for first half winner, you can get Boston at plus 128
on the money line.
Or you can take them plus 1.5 or minus 102, almost even money there.
Exactly, bro. Okay.
Yeah, so
Reginald in the YouTube comment said it ain't hard to predict that what Boston wants to win back-to-back games. If it's rigged for them not to win, then they're not going to win, and just as vice versa if it's the opposite way. Okay. Jamrock said Wiggins rebounds again. Yeah, I couldn't talk you all. Kurt talked about it a little bit in the presser today, about lineups for tomorrow. And he said that he wasn't really sold on sharing his information, but I'm pretty sure they go back to that same starting lineup. I think it was, highly effective for them. And Looney actually played well off the bench. He wasn't, discouraged by having Otto Porter in the game. Otto Porter didn't really do anything either, starting, but, worked out well for them as a team. Otto actually missed a bunch of wide open 3-pointers that he had actually been knocking down at home. So that could definitely change things. But if Otto Porter is in the game starting at center, if Otto Porter's in the game starting at the 4 and Draymond starting at the 5, then I do like Wiggins rebounds again as well, Jamrock. So I think that's a pretty good look too. DJ, let me kick it to you, bro. What's up, DJ? And then Wild Lee, I want to come to you. What's up, DJ?
Yo, what's good, big dog?
What up, bro?
Not too much, man. Got a few early looks over here for this game tomorrow, man. I like a few of the looks that everyone else was talking about, specifically Vaughn when he talked about Jaylen Brown, the rebounds and assists over, because that's one of my top leans. Actually, not his points or rebounds and assists, but Jaylen Brown over 6.5 rebounds at -110 on FanDuel. Every game this season versus the Warriors, he's had 6 or more. So like the 2 times he got caught by the hook, so he's 4-2 to the number. And literally he's out there hustling. And then he had a little media talk with the I think it was on Twitter actually. He was just saying just doing whatever he has to do out there to get a win. So I just like that little, just hearing that from him, that little extra bit of motivation, and just a little bit more extra. He's not only going to be scoring, so I feel like the rebounds is going to be another little look. And it's been a trend all series for the guards. I got a few more other notes here and whatnot, but I'm still diving into it. But I actually love that as well, because I saw this trend on the NBA website. It says so whichever team has most points in the paint wins the game. So, or my bad. I'm sorry, I read that completely wrong. Let me run that back. It says, all right, yeah. It said, all right, my bad. I read it right. The trend who has the most points in the paint wins the game. So, like, just the last game, Warriors, they had 38 for 22 in that zone. But I just don't think that continues necessarily. I think we're going to get a more defensive game. That's what I'm looking at it as for just for this game 5, man. I think they're going to be a little bit more familiar with each other. I mean, obviously already with the being at game 5, but I just that's just I'm leaning heavy on rebounds this game. I think that's going to play a big factor for just everyone on the Celtics. How you were saying earlier, if you like a slower paced game and everything, like I like the Celtics and such. So big lean on Jaylen Brown over 6.5 rebounds, and I might even take the double at plus 340.
Okay.
Because they have his 10 rebounds at plus 350. So it's like it's either or pretty much. He's gonna get 10 points. So.
Right. For sure. Okay. Hey, I couldn't talk you over there, DJ. If you able to make it back in, to the spaces tomorrow, we'll do one same time as always, 5:30 Eastern time. And lock that up to confirm it, bro. I put you down for it, DJ. And if you change your mind, shoot me a DM and we can, I'll take you off. But I wrote that down for as official because you sound pretty confident in it, bro.
Oh no, it's gonna be official. That's like I got the most notes on that shit. I could keep talking about little chances and
right.
all this other stuff.
Right.
A little bit more for tomorrow.
Okay, my guy.
Yes, sir.
My guy, appreciate you, DJ, as always, bro. Wiley, I want to come to you. What's up, bro? How you doing? I think it's your first time up, man. How you doing?
What's good? Yeah, it's my first time up, Brooklyn that head, you know what I mean?
Word. Shout out to NY, man. What's going on with you, bro? How you doing?
I'm all right. So I got to clock in at 10, right? So I'm going to make this real quick.
Yeah, do your thing, bro.
Yeah, kind of seconding some of the shit Sosa already said. I'm on Jordan Poole threes, like his 1.5. I love it. I feel it's a spot he coming home in. Last couple home games and game, I think one where they lost, he was 1 out of 5. Then you had him, he was 5 out of 9 in game 2. And then in the last game, he was 2 out of 7, but like he was just shooting them bitches. He was confident, like. So I like him to come home and still keep that aggressive, especially since they won. Even though some of his threes last game was dumb, like he was just jacking, but it's like y'all say, volume. So with the volume, the 2 threes, I think it's like -132 when I look. I gotta take that. That's definitely gonna be official. But yeah, I can't talk too much. I got to clock in. I'm gonna holler at y'all boys. I'll probably be in here tomorrow.
Word. I appreciate the look, bro. And I actually like that a lot, Wiley. I like that look a lot, bro. If he did it on the road, you got to think he got that momentum and that confidence coming back to the crib, bro. So I like that look a lot, Wiley. Yeah. If you could tap in tomorrow, bro, for sure. If you could tap in tomorrow, we'll be here 5:30, bro, like always.
All right, no doubt.
Yes, sir. Have a good night, bro. Let's see. It's 9:59, man. I'm gonna get to my guy Nitty real quick. Let me see what Nitty got, and then we're gonna wrap this thing up, man. It's 10 o'clock. getting off of here so I can get ready for tomorrow. But it's only right I get my guy Nitty up here. Nitty, what's going on, bro?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Talk to the people, Nitty. What's going on tomorrow, bro? What's happening?
Listen, first of all, the Jays came up short on my 25 and 25. So I was a little disappointed in that.
Mm-hmm.
I did cash in on my boy Draymond, though. He didn't score, but he gave me that 6 and 6, like I told you.
Mm-hmm.
That 6 and 6 is really where his realm is. the 8 points, you know what I'm saying, 4 layups. I don't think I'm going to get that from him, brother. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, listen, my dog, he hit 43. You know what I'm saying? He making me a believer. You know, 43 in a dub. I can take that. And, you know, they were trying to pack me up. They were trying to put me to bed. But tomorrow, you know, it's 2-2 back in the Bay. I mean, Chris, you know, you tell me. You tell me, Chris, what can we expect? I just came in here, so I haven't heard a thing you said, nothing you talked about. You got to tell me, what can I expect from the Celtics?
Hey, Nitty, this. So look, so I'm glad you mentioned that. I didn't give my overview of the, you know, how I think the game gonna play out. But I mean, I talked about it a little bit real quick with Jay Jones just now, but I think you know, generally speaking, you automatically and a lot of the public is going to be like, well, Golden State won game 4, you know, that momentum is going to shift into game 5. I'm not the biggest believer, Nitty, and I know you're a Laker fan like me. We don't got to talk about that right now. But I'm not the biggest believer, Nitty, in momentum, bro, especially when it come to Boston. You know what I mean? Like I've just seen them get punched so many times, Nitty, and then they punch back so much harder. So I'm not, you know, necessarily about to say, you know, Golden State gonna win because they won the last game. I don't think Boston's a team that, you know, hangs their head on their last performance to the point that it affects their next performance. You know, I think they do hang their head on their last performance, but I don't think it throws them off in a way that, you know, they get down on themselves. They more so just look for the next opportunity to, you know, they just pack all that aggression in, and you see Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum actually go off in the next game. So I look for Boston to kind of hit early in this game, Nitty. I look for them to adjust some of the coverages on some of the other guys. And for real, I think the biggest thing is to take care of the ball. I gave out this stat earlier, Nitty, because I think, you know, people can credit Golden State, and I do think you credit Golden State to a certain extent. You definitely credit that light-skinned boy that don't talk that much, that hit all them three-pointers and dropped 43. You got to give Steph his credit. But
hold on, he was talking early.
Oh yeah, he definitely was.
No, that was the first time I seen Steph early on tell somebody this my shit.
Yeah. No, you're right, Nate. But this is my thing, right? So the way, and I talked about this before game 4. When Boston is really locked in, they don't really turn the ball over as much. They're not getting they're not getting out rebounded on the offensive end. They're taking care of the ball a little bit more. And I go back to that same stat. Nate, these are the two most important stats for me. One is that Boston as an underdog in the playoffs so far this year, they're 6-3 straight up, 7-2 ATS. We know how good Golden State is at the crib. They only lost one game, and that one game was kind of fluky to Boston, you know, and earlier in this round, right? But 6-3 straight up, 7-2 ATS, that's by far the best road team in the playoffs. So I don't think you necessarily can just say Golden State's going to win the game. I think they understand the magnification and the ramifications of this game, and I like Boston off a loss more than I like Boston off a win. Right, I talked about this real quick. So I'm gonna give you one more stat, Nitty. Then I'm gonna tell you what I compare Boston to. So Boston is 6-1, Nitty, straight up, 5-2 ATS in games this postseason after they've turned the ball over 15 times or more in their previous game. Right, so when they turn the ball over 15 times or more, in that next game they're 6-1, straight up, 5-2 ATS, and that includes one game against Golden They went, you know, they 1-0 ATS and straight up against Golden State in the finals so far this year with that same exact number, because they lost game 2, turned the ball over 15 times, came back to the crib, won game 3. So for me, I don't really get into, you know, where the game at, because I know Boston's games travel, right? It's kind of like defense in the NFL. If you bring your defense with you, typically you could win the game, right? So for me, that's the big thing. And I think about them like this, Nitty. I'm interested to hear your thoughts on this, because we are going to wrap this up. But, Nitty, to me, Boston seems like that student in high school that just procrastinates and know they got a whole lot of homework to do, but they just wait to the last possible minute, and then they up studying hard as they possibly can to try to get that paper turned in or that project done. and they do their best work when they back against the wall. You know what I mean? Like they always beat the test. They always end up passing the test, but they just immature. They make life hard for themselves. They like to procrastinate. They don't put their name on their paper. You know what I mean? Like that's what I see. That's what I see them as, Nitty. Yeah, that's what I see them as, Nitty. Like they just irresponsible. You know what I mean? They don't got experience.
You hit on a lot of key points. I mean, Game 5 is gonna answer a lot of questions. The first question is, I know the Celtics haven't lost back-to-back games since when? I know they have like a crazy
January 5th.
So Game 5, do they lose back-to-back games? Do the Warriors lose at home? They have outstanding home record. So, everything is going to be on this game. It's going to be interesting. I think probably Jason Tatum probably goes for 30. I think Steph goes for 30.
That's what Finesse said. Finesse said that NBA props said they both got Tatum over his 26.5 tomorrow.
Yeah. In this moment, this is going to be a big moment for somebody. I don't know who it's going to be. I really can't name who. But I mean, Jason Tatum, I think for Jason Tatum, this is a 30-ball game. This is a game where we see a lot of technical execution on his behalf, offensively and defensively. I think we see him locked in. Of course, I still got the Warriors winning the game. I do not see a good game from Klay, though. So if you got Klay in your props, because it has to fold into, Game 6 Klay. So
right.
Game 5 Klay, he's gonna be some ass. Whatever you got under, if he's 17, whatever points he got, probably take the under and bet on going to the pool party with your wig on. But again, look at what the pool party and Wiggs did in Game 4. I mean, Wiggs. Listen, I don't think he gets that many boards again, but just to come locked in and anticipate crashing the boards like that. I mean, I don't know, but I do think I am taking Robert Williams get a double-double. I do think this is the first time he gets the double-double because he didn't get it last game, I don't believe. But I do think he gets it in Game 5.
Yeah, he had 10 rebounds at halftime and finished with 13 because he ain't played that much in the fourth quarter. So yeah, I could definitely see that.
Yeah, I could definitely see the double-double, but that's it, man. I'm excited. I'm about to review these props so I can have something better for tomorrow. That's more official. But I mean, listen, Draymond 8, 6, and 6. If you don't get the points, the 6 and 6 are the most important because that lets you. If he gets anything under that 6 and 6, they're gonna lose because that means he's not being as impactful as he needs to be. It has to be around there. That triple single got to be pretty good. It got to be productive because as you can see, they already. I mean, the late game substitution for that offense for defense shit. That's going to be a different type of wrinkle as well. I don't see them being able to carry that on into this game. I can't see that happening because I think so. Draymond's going to have to play up to his game. Jaylen Brown, I think, is going to be comfortable. I would take him for 20 plus for sure.
Yeah, I like him too, Nitty. I like JB in this spot.
He's in the Bay. He went to Cal.
Uh-huh.
To me, he's a Bay Area kid. He plays the most comfortable in the Bay Area. I would take Wiggs over 15. I would take Jordan Poole over 15. I would probably take Mooney 10 rebounds. I'm about to watch a little bit of that last game again, just to kind of see. But I expect all hands on deck. I might sprinkle something on Grant Williams. He's been real inconsistent, but he still is my X factor. I know he hasn't had much impact on the series, but he's still for the Celtics to steal one. I think he has to hit at least 2 of them bags. So,
yeah,
we might looking at that as well. But
I saw his point. I saw his point sitting at 5.5, Nitty.
Splash brother up here real quick. I know you're trying to get up out of here, but you got to bring my Splash brother up here.
Who that?
Yeah, he said Warriors. You know who that is? Bring him on up here.
Oh, you talking about Snap? Yeah, we gonna do a rapid fire real quick, Nitty. I was waiting for you to get done. Yeah, we're gonna do. Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do a rapid fire real quick. I appreciate you for being here, Nitty. Let me get to my guy Snag real quick. Snag, if you got something, bro, let's do 30 seconds, bro. Snag, you pretty quick anyway. I'm gonna do 30 seconds real quick for Snag. We getting up out of here. And everybody else that's requested too, because I know people requested a while ago. I just ain't get a chance to get to them. Snag, what's up, bro?
What's going on, Chris? I ain't catch what you said in the beginning because when it connected me, it cut off.
Oh, no. You good. I was just saying, Nitty was saying, bring his Splash brother up here. I know he was talking about you because you probably got Golden State tomorrow. What's up?
Oh, yeah, I do. I'm still back in the ones with the Pyrex pot.
What's your play, Snag?
already locked it in. I got Warriors on the money line. Robert Williams for 2 blocks and Draymond for a steal.
You parlayed all that together?
Yes, sir.
So-
Plus
so-
199.
Okay, so
It
go to
probably isn't no more, but it was when I locked it in.
Golden State, money line, Robert Williams, 1 block.
2.
Oh, 2 blocks.
And Draymond for a steal.
Plus Draymond still. Okay. I bet. I got it. I already got it written down for tomorrow.
Taking down the officials already, but that's definitely what I locked.
Well, I had just started the space and I just kind of like letting people, talk about any officials that they had already. I figured you probably had yours already, but I, just kind of, have people, if people got officials, they can give them out. If not, we were just kind of talking about the game going back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely think these boys gonna get, one game closer to the walk through a Southwest. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay. Hey, appreciate you as always, Snag. Let me
No doubt.
get the big facts real quick. I think it's big facts first time up here, so I'm gonna get the big facts real quick. Big facts. If you got something, bro, you got 30 seconds, man. What you got? What you like? I don't even know if you requested. Did you get up, big facts?
I don't see him up here.
Oh, he not up there. Okay, appreciate you, bro. Let me get to both ways. Both ways, Bay 65. Get you up here real quick. We 10 minutes over time, but it's cool. Both ways. Can you hear me, bro? If you can hear me both ways, the floor is yours. What's up, man? How you doing? Say it again.
Curry.
Say it one more time. You broke up a little bit.
I said I got a question about Curry. Just Curry, my brother.
Okay, go ahead. What you got?
Stephen Curry. You can hear me?
Yeah, you good?
Well, back-to-back 40 points for Stephen Curry will be possible?
You asking me?
Yes.
Oh yeah. I think.
I'm asking everybody.
Oh yeah. I think.
Well, back-to-back 40 points for Stephen Curry will be possible.
Yeah, I think it's definitely possible both ways. I think you never underestimate the heart of a champion. I do think that being back at the Bay, we know role players don't play as well on the road as they do at home, right? They typically play better at home. So I think he get a lot more support from his guys, at the crib tomorrow. So I don't think he necessarily needs to go for 40. But Kenny, absolutely. He locked in right now. So I wouldn't take Steph under.
Absolutely. Jordan Poole will help him, and Klay Thompson will help him. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I believe my Dubs going to win by 10 or at least 15 points if they defend and if they keep Al Horford and some of the starters in trouble. If we play some good defense.
Okay. Hey.
We'll be fine.
Yeah, I could. If the defense stayed the way that it did and Golden State and Boston keep turning the ball over, I think y'all got a good chance of winning tomorrow too.
Hopefully we have a good ref that they're gonna keep. I know they're gonna hammer Curry a lot. So, but they learned. I hope they learned last game. They will never piss off Curry. Period.
Yeah, Steph got hot last game for sure. Appreciate you being here both ways. Nard, I bought you up, bro. You got 30 seconds.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah,
send me a request if you can.
Absolutely, bro. Appreciate you being here. Nard, if you can hear me, bro, the floor is yours, man. You got 30 seconds. What's up?
It just depends what the others for both teams gonna do. Because one game, Al Horford dropped 26, and the next game he dropped 2. And then Marcus Smart and the other one follow up behind him. So it just depends on what the others. Because Tatum and Brown both gonna get theirs. It just depends what the others do.
Yeah. Okay. You got any looks you like officially for tomorrow?
Not yet. I'ma still look, but the one moment you bet against Drake, it's one moment you bet that something usually happen, the opposite happens. So
that's a fact. That's a fact, bro. Okay. Hey, well, I appreciate you requesting up, man.
No problem. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Have a good night, bro. Let me get to my guy Chubbs real quick. I ain't see Chubbs requested. Chubbs, what's going? Chubbs, can you hear me, bro? If so, the floor is yours, bro. Chubbs, can you hear me? Maybe not.
I don't see him up here, Chris.
Okay. Appreciate you, Jay.
Yep.
Let's see.
Completely off topic, but the Mets just put the dagger in the Angels.
I just saw that, bro. 4-1. I saw that. Angels need a hell of a bottom of the ninth.
Yeah, it's ugly for the Angels, bro.
Yeah, it definitely is. Salem, can you hear me, bro? If so, the floor is yours, man.
Hey, yo, what's up, guys?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Just wanna point at something. Robert Williams, what the hell is he doing at in the offensive end, man?
Who was that again?
Robert Williams. Robert Williams.
Oh, Robert Williams?
Robert Williams. He don't sit up the screen. He can shoot. He don't have a post game. It's like the Celtics playing 4 against 5 in the offensive end, man. That's why you can see Jason Tatum cannot drive the ball in the basket, man. They can only do shooting 3, and you can see that if you see the box score for Jason Tatum, for example, his field goal is less than 3 point percentage. So Robert Williams, if he plays more than 15 minutes in the game 5, I think they will lose. If he play 15 or less, I think the Celtics will have the game for tomorrow.
Okay, hey, that's an interesting take. So, just because he is, an offensive liability at times if he's not just running towards the rim, and it does allow Golden State to be able to clog the defense. So, I think you make an excellent point there. As far as Tatum not being able to drive in the paint because the extra defender there because they don't have to guard Robert Williams per se. So, I like that look, bro. I like that look a lot, and I haven't found any correlation between the two, but I appreciate you sharing that for sure. Chubbs, I want to come to you, bro. You're gonna be last up, man. What's going on, Chubbs? How you doing, bro?
I'm good, brother. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. I can't complain. Excited for the game tomorrow, as always, bro. What you looking at, Chubbs? What you liking?
Looking at a couple things, man. Me too, man. I wish it was tonight. Like Sunday night just seems like a perfect night to have that game 5, but I think the NBA needs to make their money. First off, I don't want you to go too long. First off, shout out to Peter Alonso for making me some money. Finally, appreciate him. Two, I'm going with Trent, man. I just think Golden State back at home. Steph Curry after that crazy game. I think third quarter money line is a little juicy at -142. I think I'm going with that, man. Like I've been fighting that all this whole series, like thinking like, I don't know, but like Golden State stay consistent in that third quarter and taking over. So I'm just taking that trend with the juice at -142. And then the other 2 plays I got, it's a ladder. It's Derek White's threes. I don't know if someone's already mentioned that already. What was that?
Nah, nobody mentioned them yet, sir.
Yeah, I just think he's been so consistent, man. Like they've been able to trust that man. Like he's the only bench player I feel like that's been consistent. Like hit out of him, Grant Williams, Peyton Pritchard. I just think he's been the one guy that's been able to score for them.
Absolutely.
Honestly, when it's not Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown, so I like his 3 and 4 threes in this game. I feel like it's a must-win game for them. Like I don't think they're gonna win. I think the Warriors gonna take this win home, but I think someone had mentioned earlier, I heard in the spaces that like the Celtics after a loss, they come out hard. That's great. That's wonderful. I want to say this to them. Say this real quick. Y'all all saw Steph Curry when he smiled after that game 3 loss. I think the Warriors take this one game 7 at least, bro. I think so. So those are my calls, bro. Appreciate you, Chris, for having me up here, brother.
Absolutely, Chubbs. I got you down for Golden State third quarter money line, and I got you down for Derek White threes ladder, bro. I hope you cash him, bro. I definitely hope you cash him. I like I said, and just to kind of wrap up, I haven't put in any bets myself. I really just wanted to kind of open the space up and see what people were looking at. Kind of share some of the data and share with you guys what I was looking at as well. I think tomorrow, makes for a really, really enticing game, and I low key do feel like whoever wins tomorrow is going to win the series as well. Just because typically the team that plays, the team that has their back against the wall and they can't lose in game 6, will essentially play 2 game 7s, and it's really, really hard to match that amount of energy for 2 games in a row. And I want to say that no team. The stat that doesn't bode well for Boston is no team that has won has went to Game 7 2 times in a row has won the finals in 7 either. So that's another stat that bodes against Boston for them, if they end up losing tomorrow. So I think that's something to kind of keep in mind as well. I will have kind of go through, do a little bit of research, come up with some officials. One thing I was looking at that I didn't discuss in the actual space is Steph rebounds. Steph, I'll be the first person to admit, Steph kind of tricked me last game. I thought that, and I said it during the live, when we were doing the show on Friday evening. I said, man, Steph looked pretty good, and doing warm-ups. I had no idea he would look that great though. Like the dude looked amazing. And I thought, maybe his ankles look like the best version of his ankles I've ever seen. So I think he had 10 rebounds in the last game. They still got his rebounds sitting at 5.5, which is what they've been sitting at all series. I know he's been kind of hitting that number. Of course, I need to go back in and look at the rebound opportunities. But I do think that, we talked about this already. If Steve Kerr, which he said earlier, that he hasn't decided what he's going to do, with the lineup. Well, I think he knows. He's just not wanting to give it to the media a day early. But if because they had so much success having Looney come off the bench in the last game, I could totally see Looney coming off the bench again in this game. And what that does is it creates a lot more rebound opportunities for some of the other guys. So we saw Wiggins have a big game on the glass and get a career high 15 rebounds. We saw Steph get 10 rebounds when his line was sitting at 5.5. Because you have to think that Draymond's guy, if he's playing center, is going to be able to he's going to have to box out Robert Williams a lot of times in those scenarios. So then you get the open guy to be able to get the rebound, and typically guys like Steph are coming back to get rebounds. Not so much Clay, but Steph, Wiggins, of course, kind of crashing down, being able to help so Boston's not killing them on the glass. So yeah, I haven't locked it in yet, but I was looking at Steph rebounds. We know rebounds have been extremely volatile. And like I said, I really want to find a prop tomorrow for the early market. So I don't know if it'll be Tatum points, Jaylen Brown points, maybe even Steph points, but it'll definitely be, some based on analyzing, how many minutes those guys play, how they come off a loss, offensive efficiency rating with them on the court in the first quarter. I'll look at all of those things and come up with, a first quarter look for tomorrow, as far as an early market. But definitely, looking towards back in Boston early. Haven't put a ticket in, full disclaimer, on any of that stuff. But, looking to back Boston probably early, just thinking that they don't self-inflict themselves with the type of wounds that they have, after they come off wins the same way they do when they come off losses. But yeah. Shout out to everybody that's on the YouTube channel. YBB came in. He said it's the under. He likes the under for tomorrow. Candace said, to my point about Boston, Boston being a student that absolutely takes the longest amount of time to get their assignment done. Candace says sometimes students flunk out. So I can see that. Bearded Goat said Boston will win the first half, but if Golden State stays close, it's anyone's game. I absolutely agree with that. Bearded Goat also said a live betting spot. I absolutely love that as well. I think it could easily be a live betting spot. Wiggins is the key to the whole series, what Stacks Boogie said. Boston can't play with fire like they did last round and think they win in a game 7 in Golden State. I absolutely agree with that said. I think that they have, what they need to win a game in game 7, but I don't think you necessarily want to put yourself in that situation and have series prolonged if they don't need to be. And Larry said, let's get this cash. Great show. Appreciate you, Larry, as always. Appreciate you guys for always, leaving comments, liking the video over on YouTube. Definitely gonna check my DM snag. Appreciate you, bro. And yeah, that's really all I got, man. Last, but not least, I said it earlier when I first started the space, so I know everybody may not have heard it. But if you go up top to the pinned tweets that's up top in the virtual jumbotron or whatever you want to call it, I did pin Finesse tweet up top. That Finesse's tweet will take you to the chalkboard link where you can see official plays for myself. I see my guy Ronald Kabang is in the building as well. Finesse was here earlier. The trio of the three of us have created this chalkboard community where we are, where we're easily accessible. I guess that's the easiest way to kind of explain it. Ronald dropped a WNBA play earlier. Finesse will have some baseball stuff. All of my, basketball plays will be in there tomorrow. We're also doing, live Q&A sessions on probably Tuesday and Thursday. So get in there, drop your questions. It's all about, building a community that's, profitable, right? And making money. We don't want to just throw out plays that aren't sharp or, just put stuff out to put stuff out. So would highly recommend you guys going over there and checking out the chalkboard community. And literally that's all I have, man. As always, if I do a lot of, do some research tonight, I'll make a, morning cap video with Chris and post it on my YouTube page and tweet that out if I do. But if not, then I will absolutely be hosting, a Twitter space and doing the show on YouTube as well tomorrow, 5:30 Eastern time as always. Good luck on everything that you guys have placed already. I know a lot of people probably made baseball money, especially if you bet on the Yankees. Oh my God. So yeah, good luck to, to everybody. Shout out to everybody who came through, man. Appreciate y'all more than y'all know for being here, rocking with me, chopping it up. And that's all I got, man. Y'all have a good night. Talk to you guys tomorrow. I'm out.